Welcome to the Loaded Cannon, and you know what I'm going to say. So just do it. Don't wait for me to say it. Just do it. Go, do what you need to do. Smash that like button if your team is top of the league. Arsenal are back at the summit where we belong. I say that, man, we haven't won for 20 years, but in my mind, it's just where we belong. And today, honestly, I'm starting to dream, starting to think of it, even before the game. And do you know what? This game was the game I was most worried about as well. I really thought like a big chance of dropping points and it potentially derailing our season. But earlier on, I was just thinking about it. 20 years. I'm 39 now. I was 19, walking around with like a unbearable arrogance about my football team. Trust me, you thought Henri was arrogant on the pitch. Should have seen me at university. The swagger, knowing that I was an Arsenal fan and we were invincible. It was unbearable for people. People could not take me. Shout out Amar as well, my partner in crime with that. And it's been 20 years since then. I can't believe it. It feels like a lifetime ago. And I'm starting to dream again now. And maybe I shouldn't, because it's a 3-horse race, which makes it so much harder. A 2-horse race, chances go up. One little slip up, one deflection, one bad refereeing decision, and that team that's your rival, drops points and then you leapfrog them. So much has to go our way with the other teams, and oh God, and look at the teams we're up against, man. Man City for me still. Look at them today. Last game Foden, this game De Bruyne. These are not human performances. This is when Man City come into their own. This is when they actually decide to get out of bed. Man City usually, early on in the season, they're not the same team. And the worry for me is that last year and the year before that, we saw that Arsenal actually do better without the pressure, unlike Man City. And then when it comes to the pressure, they don't. But maybe today that changed. And that's what my biggest takeaway is from this game, because just maybe it changed today. With Saka taking the penalty, and let's not forget what happened last year, West Ham, and he had the bravery to go and take it today and just dispatch it. Like, it just wasn't on his mind. I mean, never mind the Euros penalty. West Ham, because it's just a like for like with us going for the title and then, a big penalty away from home, etc. And he missed that. But this game, smashed it, scored it. And now, we're into that business end of the season. I always say the last 10 games, the last 8 games, the pressure mounts up like nothing before it. And we're just dealing with it. And I'd always said, the thing that gives me hope this season, this was before we played Man City and drew away, but the thing that gives me hope this season is Declan Rice. For me, he is the difference maker. He is the leader, the sort of person that can just say, no, we're not going to be fazed by this, and just drag the team through. Every bit of that 100 million is worth money well spent. And today, many people aren't even going to talk about him because we're so used to him now, just dropping stellar performances week in, week out, away from home. If he's deep, if he's forward, whatever it might be, Declan Rice does the business. And today, yet again, did the business. And without someone like him, I wonder if this game would have been potentially one of those ones where we don't get the 3 points, where we don't come away. Because Brighton are a bloody good team. Let's not forget that. And I was worried about this game. But they are a bloody good team that we were bigger than, we were better than, we were badder than. We just dominated Brighton. And you know what? I say bigger, better and badder because every duel, it felt like, we just muscled out the way. Better, on the ball, off the ball, wanted it more, did the work, got there first. In the final third, did what we needed to do. And badder, we had the tricks. We had the dark arts. We knew how to manage the game, not lose control of the game. And there we go. Bigger, better and badder than Brighton. That's the takeaway for me. Really, really pleasing to see Arsenal staying true to what we've done throughout the season and not letting the pressure of the last 10 games get to us. We look like the real deal. Now listen, it's all in Liverpool's hands and we're all going to be glued to our TVs tomorrow when we watch Liverpool take on United. Never want United to win a game, but listen, it's a title running. You're going to want strange things now. You're going to want strange things. And whatever it takes for Arsenal to get their first title in 20 years, And I'm not expecting United to take anything out of Liverpool. Look at them against Chelsea. Absolute bottlers, absolute muppets. So, yeah, they're probably going to go to Liverpool, roll over and have their belly tickled. But in that derby, you never know. And that's what I'm hoping for. But listen, if you're hanging your hat on United, then, yeah, it's not a good position to be in. So let's just see what happens. Today, we have to talk about Kai Havertz. Man, he was my man of the match. Unbelievable performance. He got a goal, he got an assist, his tracking, his, pressing even further up the pitch as well, and his tracking back, like I said, absolutely brilliant. He was so good. This is a different Kai Havertz than I've ever seen. And do you know what? The thing is about Kai Havertz, in my opinion, he's one of those players that can be really, really good in a really good team. It's in a bad team that perhaps, he'd get a lot of stick and would get found out a little bit. But right now, he's a match made in heaven for Arsenal. His awareness and his movement for that goal that he scored, Jorginho, brilliant assist. But his movement and awareness, if that was Haaland, I'd be saying, oh, brilliant. In fact, Haaland scored a goal like that today in the penalty box from a De Bruyne assist, where his movement was just right place, right time, bang, brilliant. And that's what Kai Havertz did. Kai Havertz needs to get a bit more credit. He really does need to get a bit more credit, because that was really, really good centre-forward play. And he's not even a natural centre-forward. He's a support striker. That's where I feel like he's played his best football. But he does just so much for Arsenal now in terms of knowing when to be there, knowing when not to be there, plays the role really, really well. Kai Havertz, my man of the match. Very, very well done. Now, Zinchenko, weak link, we all know that, but we were good enough even in spite of him starting. And I feel like Kivior might feel a bit hard done by, but maybe, just maybe, that's with Champions League in mind, because massive game against Bayern now. And man, we've just got to wait and see what happens there. I'm nervous about that, but Bayern today were 2-0 up and they lost 3-2. So, I mean, that's not a Bayern-esque thing to do. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know if they took people off with Arsenal in mind, thinking they've won it, and who knows, maybe the story is different, but just on face value, that is a staggering defeat for Bayern. They're now 16 points behind Leverkusen in the Bundesliga. So we're playing them at the right time, in my view. Some people might say all they've got to play for is the Champions League, and they're going to go absolutely 100% at that. But for me, no excuses. We're playing them at the right time. We're at home first leg. We need to win that game. Anyway, well done today, Arsenal. One thing I want to talk to you about, please look at the link in the top pinned comment below. Please donate to my fundraiser. Together, all of us have sponsored 9 orphans. It started 8 years ago with 1 orphan. Now we're up at 9. I need to raise £3,500, and so far this year I've raised £1,232.51. So there's still £2,260, just under that to go. Please donate whatever you can. I don't care if it's £3, if it's £100, if it's £1,000, whatever you can. I need those donations to keep that orphan sponsorship going. We talk so much rubbish on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, and there's so many not nice comments. There's so many things that people do that aren't very pleasant. So this is the one thing that I wanted to bring to my social media, to say, let's do something incredible together. Can you just think about that for a second? There's a child out there who, if it wasn't for us, a collection of strangers who are bound by nothing more than our love for football, or probably for Arsenal, if it wasn't for us coming together and uniting and just putting our hands in our pocket a little bit, they would have to go through child labour, really, really difficult circumstances. They'd be deprived of an education. Instead, they get to go to school without worry. They get fed and watered at school, and they get an education that can take them out of the poverty situation they'd be in if it wasn't for us. So please donate. If you enjoyed the win today, and you're feeling good, let that be converted into some generosity for the cause. Please donate. Take care. I'll see you against Bayern. Massive game. And hopefully we keep Harry Kane's trophy allergy going. Up the Arsenal.